CSV file handling in Python. Topics to be covered: introduction of CSV file, its advantages and disadvantages, CSV module, programs on CSV file. CSV comma separated values is a simple file format used to store tabular data such as spreadsheet or databases. A CSV stores tabular data, numbers and text in a plain text. Each line of the file is data record. Each record consists of one or more fields. The use of the comma as a field separates is the source of the name for this file. The use of the comma as the field separator is the source of the name for this file format. For working on CSV file in Python, there is a inbuilt module known as CSV. CSV files characteristics: one line for each record, comma separated fields, space character adjacent to commas are ignored, fields with inbuilt commas are separated by double quotes characters. When to use CSV file? When data has a tabular structure, to transfer large database between programs, to store and manage, modify shopping carts. So CSV file is used to store the information in tabular format, and for very huge data like the Facebook information and different types of social media information, where the data where the information is very large and it should be stored in the structured format, so to manage and modify these things. CSV advantages: CSV is a faster to handle, CSV is smaller in size, CSV is easy to generate, and CSV is simple to implement. CSV is processed by almost all existing applications. This is the most important benefit. CSV disadvantages: no standard way to represent binary data. So there is no standardized way, it stores the in bytes. There is no distinction between value, text value and numeric value, poor support of special characters and control characters. CSV allows to move basic data only. Problems with importing CSV into SQL: if you want to import the CSV file into SQL, then it creates a lot of problem, and it allows basic data for only for the basic informations. Generally for the social sites records, it is used very good, but for the bankings related things it is not used. CSV modules. CSV reader, this is the module which is stored to read the CSV files, and it returns the objects which object which supports iterator protocol. Iterator protocol means uh, it can be used in the loops. CSV writer, this is the module in which you can write an object and it converts the data into delimited strings on a given file like object. So next, programs on CSV. File already have written this program to write records to a file. Now for writing records to the file, first statement is to import a CSV file. You can see it here. This is the import a CSV file, and then open a sports.csv, which it will create, and this program will create a file sports.csv for writing purpose, and open is the function name for opening a file, and fs is the file handler. And as writer, this is the module for writing the contents to the file, and all the contents will be written to this as writer. Okay, through this as writer. Now this is the in the CSV module, this is the one thing you have to remember, that if you want to store the information in the CSV module, then the extension should be CSV. And this is the this is the module. Writer is the module to write the information to the file, and this information will be stored in the sports.csv, and as writer is the records. This is the records it will create, and this is the a list which is creating the first line, that is the first line, and this is the header file, header of the table, and then this header is stored there. This header is stored there in the first line as a first line of the file sports.tsv. Now this program it is giving the users choice to store as much records he wants, and this is the answer, that is it asks for the users to whether he wish to continue or stop. And this is the record numbers, and there are three fields are there: is sports name, number of competition, prize won. So all these things are stored in a form of record, and that is in a form of list, and this list information is stored in the form of a record using the as writer. As writer is the record through which we are storing the information to the sports dot. So what are the sports and the steps is required there? First you have to import the CSV file, then you have to open the CSV file for writing purposes. For that, file handler is required there, and open function file handler, it is creating a file handler, and this file handler is linked with this sports.csv. So whatever it will gets information through the memory, and it will stores these things in the sports.csv file for permanent user, and W is the writing mode of the file for write purpose. And this is the record handler. Through this we are storing the information to the this file. So this file whatever the information is stored there, that is stored here in the sports.csv, and this is the requirement for this file, that is the list header tables header, and this header information, it is in the form of list. There are three elements there: sports name, competition, and prize won. So this header information is stored there, and this is the module, this is the function through which as writer is the record writer, and this is the like the file handler. As writer is the record writer, and through this method write row, we are storing the information to the sports.dat. Thus this is the first line, and then this this is the loop which will run till the user wish to store information, and each and every information is we are getting from the users, and then these information are collected in the form of a list, and these things are stored in the that is the record handler, and then the writer row this is the method, and as record this is the list name. So whatever the information are stored in the as record, that is that is permanently stored in the sports.tsv file through this through this statement, or through this line. So now run the program, check the program. So first record is it is asking for the name of the game, sports name, and then number of competition, participation of the competition, and suppose the prize zone is, so again yes, no, so I am giving the yes, and then suppose cricket, and number of competitions, suppose 3 competitions are there, and prize 1, and then I want to again continue it. So name of the sport, suppose it's chess, and number of competition is 6, and prize 1 is 3. So after this I end the, so now where the file is stored, so you can get this information in a file known as the sports.csv, which is stored in a file. So you can see that there are 3 records, and all these records are stored there. So in this way CSV file are stored in a tabular format. So we can see that this is stored in the Excel format towards in the Excel table. Now this is the program for reading the contents from a CSV file. Now again we have to import the CSV file, CSV module, and then this is the syntax for opening the file, and this is the file handler name fh, and open is the function, and then this is the name of the file, and this is the R is the read mode, and C reader, it will store the contents one by one, record by record, that is the one record first, then second, and it all these records are stored there, and then through this loop each and every records, it's extract each and every records from this file C reader. It is actually stored in the form of a list, and then display the things. You can see it, run the module. So this is the contents there, and if you want to check whether what is the contents of the that file, then now you can see the contents of the file. So this is the contents of the file, which is stored, already stored in the form of a Excel. So this tabular record it is reading through the programs. We are reading these contents through the through the CSV file programs. So there is another program to search a record from a sports.csv file, which we have created through the CSV program, through the Python program, and now we'll search particular game is information, and the program is that this is the definition of the search function. It is accepting as a arguments as a parameter game, and then one file is opened, sports.csv, and its data is stored in the data this is the stored, all the records are stored there, and each and every records we are getting from the this data, each and every records, and print the row. So this is not required actually. So next is that we have to print the data, and if the game is available in that row, then print that row, and this is the calling of the main function. So now you can run the program. So there is no record there like kabaddi. So we have to search what are the records. Now see the program. So there is only one record related to the football. So the records is displayed there. After searching the records, the value is passed here as a football. So there is one record related of football. So that record is, after searching that record gets printed. Now you can see it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe the channel. Thank you.